Hello and welcome back to our three-part video series on retirement savings strategies. My name is Chuck Allison and this is Jacqueline Gruber. Here at LRC Aviation Advisors, we are proud to help you understand and utilize your unique United Airlines benefits. In addition to educating you on your benefits, we create personalized financial plans to help you accomplish all of your goals. In part one of our video series, we discussed numerous ways to fund your 401k and how this impacts spillage into your AHRA, RHA. In one of these strategies, it creates an opportunity to execute what we call a Mega Backdoor Roth Contribution. Additionally, you can do a regular backdoor Roth contribution using IRAs and Roth IRAs. In this video, Jacqueline will discuss this in more detail. She'll talk about the benefits and potential pitfalls of executing some of these strategies. We use an analogy that we like to call pink paint. Red paint and white paint, if mixed, become various shades of pink paint. You can never separate them again, and we use this as a way to compare and contrast some of the contributions in your account and why and how this may be a good strategy for you.
Let's start by reviewing one of the PRAP 401k funding strategies that we discussed in part one of our video series. This strategy that we discussed is used to create maximum AHRA RHA spillage, and this works by the pilot making voluntary post-tax contributions to get to the overall IRS contribution limit as quickly as possible. This then creates the opportunity to convert those voluntary post-tax dollars into Roth dollars so they can then grow tax-free. We call this strategy a Mega Backdoor Roth Contribution because it allows the pilot to potentially make large Roth contributions into their 401k in addition to their pre-tax contributions in the 401k, and they can do this every year if done correctly. We recommend that you speak with one of our advisors so that we can help you determine which is going to be the best strategy for you and your family. Now, let's see how this works. Here we are looking at a United pilot over age 50 making $400,000 in annual salary. But this time, there is an element of speed in which the pilot needs to make contributions into the PRAP 401k. This is because United is contributing 16% of all income up to $330,000. So in order to get as much of his or her own money into the PRAP, the pilot must make contributions quickly to essentially race the United 16% to the overall contribution limit of $73,500. To do this, the pilot makes an election to contribute 100% of his or her income on a pre-tax basis up to the limit of $30,000. The pilot also makes an election for their contributions to continue beyond this on a voluntary post-tax basis. Depending on the amount and timing of income the pilot makes in the first few months of the year, the pilot can get up to $20,000 or more worth of voluntary post-tax contributions into the PRAP 401k before the overall contribution limit of $73,500 is reached. In this case, we are showing a total of $20,000 in voluntary post-tax contributions, which forces $20,000 of additional spillage into the AHRA RHA. The final step in this strategy is to automatically convert the voluntary post-tax contributions into Roth inside of the PRAP 401k, called a Mega Backdoor Roth Contribution. I will show you how to accomplish this later on in this video. Now let's talk about some of the things to look for before you determine if the Mega Backdoor Roth Contribution strategy is best for you. Many of these concepts will also apply to regular backdoor Roth contributions, utilizing both your traditional IRA and your Roth IRA. It involves understanding what contribution types you have in your various accounts. There are basically two types of money that can be inside of your 401k and your IRA. We talk about these contribution types in terms of white paint and red paint. We're also going to show you how to determine the type of paint that you have in your accounts. And when I'm talking about accounts, this may apply to both your PRAP and your traditional IRA. The same process applies to both. Please keep in mind that each set of circumstances are different, and our team is here to help you. Now let's talk about pink paint. We will start by talking about pink paint inside a traditional IRA. A traditional IRA may consist of both pre-tax and post-tax contributions. This is often the case for high-income earners because at certain income levels, you are no longer able to deduct some or all of your traditional IRA contributions, and therefore the contributions are made post-tax, or what we call red paint. Any pre-tax contributions are what we call white paint. Just like red paint and white paint, you want to keep them separated. Even 1 drop of red paint mixed with white paint will create pink paint. Like pink paint, once you mix pre-tax money with post-tax money in your traditional IRA, they can never be separated. You will forever have some shade of pink paint. The backdoor Roth IRA contributions can be made by making post-tax contributions into your traditional IRA and then rolling that money out of your traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. This mechanism is important to understand because post-tax money, or red paint, can be taken out of your traditional IRA tax-free. But when you take out pre-tax money, or white paint, you owe taxes on it. Pink paint, however, will be taken out based on the proportional amount of red and white paint that is in the pink mixture. Or, in other words, the lighter the shade of pink, the more tax liability you will have when distributing the funds outside of your IRA. This is what we call an exclusion ratio and will be explained in more detail later on in this video. One strategy to help a pilot avoid creating pink paint in his or her traditional IRA is by using the PRAP 401k. If you have a traditional IRA with only pre-tax contributions, white paint, you can first empty the white paint into your PRAP 401k, leaving you with an empty traditional IRA. This will allow the pilot to make future post-tax contributions or pour red paint into his or her traditional IRA and then almost immediately convert to a Roth IRA, therefore avoiding all pink paint. We call this a backdoor Roth contribution. Since the IRA is only made up of after-tax money, red paint, the contributions can then move tax-free into your Roth IRA. Once in the Roth IRA, all contributions will grow tax-deferred and can be taken out tax-free. A pilot's PRAP 401k may also contain pink paint, but there are some differences compared to the pink paint in your traditional IRA. Let's start by logging into your Schwab Retirement Plan Center. You can find that at www.schwabplan.com. On the home page, you will find 4 blue boxes next to your account balance. Click on the plus sign in the lower right corner of the box titled In-Plan Roth Rollover. This will take you to a page where you are investigating the eligible balances for a Roth conversion inside your PRAP 401k. There will be up to 3 boxes that populate on this page listing the various contribution types that you have in your PRAP that are eligible to be converted. All eligible balances is referring to all your existing contributions, while automatic in-plan Roth rollover only is referring to the ability to convert any future contributions made into your PRAP 401k. Start by clicking on Get Started in the All Eligible Balances box. Here you will find a list of all of the balances for all contribution types that are inside of your PRAP 401k. The contribution type we are looking for is labeled Voluntary Post-Tax Contributions. Since these are the contributions that we will be making when executing the Mega Backdoor strategy, any future voluntary post-tax contributions will be added to this contribution type within your PRAP 401k. However, it is important to understand if you already have voluntary post-tax dollars in your PRAP 401k. That is because any growth that is attributable to the voluntary post-tax contributions are considered pre-tax before they're converted. In other words, the total balance that is eligible to roll over is a mixture of the original post-tax money you contributed and the pre-tax growth that is associated, or pink paint. In this case, you will see that the voluntary post-tax is composed of both a taxable and a non-taxable amount. The ratio between these two amounts is what we call an exclusion ratio. An exclusion ratio is a formula used to determine how many voluntary post-tax dollars are considered taxable income. This is the ratio that determines how dark your shade of pink is. Any new voluntary post-tax money contributed to your PRAP 401k will add to this contribution type, changing the shade of the pink paint. You will want to discuss your specific situation with a financial professional to determine if converting any existing voluntary post-tax dollars into Roth is best for you and the appropriate timing of doing so. After this discussion with a financial professional, if you decide to execute the Mega Backdoor Roth Contribution strategy, you will first start by converting all the existing voluntary post-tax dollars into Roth by selecting those contributions on this page, and then toggling the On button to elect Automatic In-Plan Roth Rollover for all future voluntary post-tax contributions to also be automatically converted into Roth. Once you have converted the existing voluntary post-tax dollars, you will want to set up your future contributions. You can do this by clicking on Manage Account and then Change Contributions. If you are trying to maximize the amount of voluntary post-tax contributions and spillage contribution into your AHRA/RHA as outlined in the strategy we discussed at the beginning of this video, then you will want to make an election for 100% pre-tax and 100% voluntary post-tax. You will not make any Roth contributions directly, as this reduces the amount of pre-tax contributions that you can make. Therefore, the Roth election should be left at 0%. Please note that all of your contributions take place after your payroll deductions have already taken place. And in order to move ahead and submit your changes on this page, you will want to toggle the annual savings adjustment to off. That concludes part 2 of our 3-part video series. Our team is here to help you determine which of these United PRAP 401k strategies is best for you and your family. In part 3 of our video series, Chuck is going to discuss how to create an effective and realistic plan for saving beyond your qualified retirement accounts.